morning. Good morning. I'm back again. And today I've got breaking news on multiple things today. So let's get into the first one, which is the Man United news that is a bid imminent from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Who knows? But there's a lot of talkings, a lot of rumblings. There's news articles this morning saying that if Sir Jim actually does, or he feels that Glazers will sell, Sir Jim will bid. And he's already lining up who possibly will be taken over from different roles, Louis Campos being one of them. Good morning, Matthew. Hope you're doing well. So let's get into the Sir Jim talk. Sir Jim Ratcliffe owns Ineos, who is the big sponsor of Mercedes-Benz F1 team. Obviously do a lot of other stuff, like business-wise. But for most people that know sport will know Ineos. Back in April, May time, he was one of the unsuccessful bidders for Chelsea Football Club. And you're probably thinking, oh, okay, that's a little bit strange. Now, Sir Jim is a football fan. He's a big, passionate Man United fan, loves Man United. Man United is his team. But the possibility of buying Chelsea Football Club was there. So, he tried to do a bid. He did, wasn't successful, wasn't for any other reason that he was just late with the bid. He went out of time. So the talk of him going to Manchester United, personally, for me, is pretty good. And I'm an Arsenal fan, so me saying this is not easy. But Sir Jim loves football, understands, and there you go. Matthew exactly does own Nice in France, and he's already pumping money into that club. He signed Pepe, Ross Barkley. I'm trying to think. I don't think he got Aaron Ramsey, but Kasper Schmeichel went there. I can't remember where Aaron Ramsey went there. I know he went to France. I just can't remember what club. And here's calm. If Sir Jim does make a bid of the reported $6 billion, the Glazers need to accept for two reasons. One, it's for profit for them, and two, if they turn it down, it will make them look bad. Yeah. If it's 6 million, I think he's going to have to. See, this is the thing. When he was trying to form his bid with Chelsea, he did incorporate a lot of other people within the bid. But I think with the Manchester United one, I think he'll choose different people, personally. So I don't think he'll go for people like Lewis Hamilton, the other names that were being mentioned back then. I think it will be I don't think he'll do it solely. I really don't. I think it will be another bit of consortium with a few financial backers. He will be the main head of it, though. But I do believe that this guy is the real deal. I think for United fans, if this does happen, you should get excited. This guy loves football, loves Man United. He has true passion for United, pure passion for football, which for me has to go hand in hand with any football owner. This is the area that I work in. This is the one thing that I believe is important when you're a football owner. If you don't have passion in the sport, you're not really there for the fans. You're only there to make money or make a decent book, or however you want to put it. Matthew saying he's all in it, bringing in Luis Campos. That is definitely a big mention. He will do that. I pretty much guarantee he will get a very good structure at Man United. There will be a lot of United fans that will be happy to see some of the hierarchy gone. I guarantee Sir Jim will go in there and probably clear out the decks, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the best DOF's around. Big up to Errol. Hope you're doing well, mate. Luis Campos has found some. Yeah, he has definitely found. He's a very, very talented man. Has to be saying. But yeah, so I'm just going to go into this news story a little bit more in depth because obviously it's a case of if the Glazers are willing to sell, and that for me is the big stumbling block. So Jim is. Oh, hang on, don't want that plane. So Jim is very passionate for football, but if your owners are not going to want to sell, there's nothing he can do. He can't physically force them to sell. The situation, which I can compare it to with Arsenal, where you can kind of force them to sell, is the Kroenkes and Usmanov that we had at Arsenal. Glazers own United. There's not going to be a tug of war on who owns them, unfortunately. But I would say that it's going to be very tricky. I hope the offer comes in, and I think it's according to Le Parisien. Sir Jim would like to appoint Campos as sporting director if a takeover bid proves to be successful. Obviously, Campos right now is at PSG, doing a very good job as always there. And there's Rebel saying, "Howdy, Bobby. Would be great to see the day that we can say ding dong, the Glazers are gone." You know what? That's that's very clever, and I'm now singing it in my head, trying to keep a straight face while singing it. But also for me, they are one of the worst owners in the Premier League for me. One of there are a couple of others that fall under the net due to other reasons, but Glazers are one of the worst. I remember saying to Errol a few months ago, it might have been a few weeks ago, that you guys really need to get Glazers out. They really do. It's let's for me, if you're not passionate in football, you shouldn't be owning a football club. You know, for me, it's vital. For me, it is. I know the word vital is very deep, but it is vital for me that if you're going to buy a football club, you need to understand that it's more than just the pitch or the 11 players or the squad that you own. It's it's a whole massive group. The fan base is massive for any club. To be fair, you know, even the small clubs, the fan base are what keeps the club ticking. So I do hope this goes through. I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people are probably making it out to be. It is a case of the Glazers will have to be tempted to sell. And that is where the tricky part is. You know, do the Glazers need money? No, they're never going to need money. The Glazers are the Glazers, you know, but it is a case of, is there going to be a point for them? And this is the important thing, a case for them where United are just becoming a problem for them. Not, that is where you've got to where the Glazers have got to understand that United could end up being a problem for them, where it affects their other business empires or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, there you go. Matthew's put it perfectly. New owners are using an anti-Glazer clause. From a fans, obviously, big up to Colm, who is a United fan. I think they're all United fans at the moment. I'm delving into the pit of United fans at the moment. From a fan's standpoint, we just need to keep the Glazer out movement going. You just have to keep. I think I said to Errol a few weeks ago that you just need to do everything you possibly can, law abiding, to get these guys out. They are not good owners. There are worse in Premier League, and to be fair, the football pyramid, but they are someone that I think will be very hard to remove. And I be perfectly honest, I can see them asking for a ridiculous amount of money, if they were ever tempted to sell, and that is where I have a problem with it. I just, they obviously do not care, and this is like, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm saying this now, and I'm putting all. Oh, there you go, Matthew. You were obviously mind reading me. So Matthew, as an Arsenal fan, I cannot stand the Glazers. I think at the first there was a lot of Arsenal fans that were really enjoying the demise of Manchester United and all this stuff. But if I think of it logically, as in looking at the this fantasy football, seriously, it's got to stop. All I can think about is fantasy football. Right, the EPL needs to be back and powerful, and the only way it can be powerful again is if the likes of United, Arsenal, Chelsea all become big again, like they were in the noughties and the 90s, because Manchester City are just going to literally pull away from everybody because they've got such a good structure that they can go on even with new owners. That is a club that is perfectly set up to last decades. And I'm not even joking. They are perfectly formed to last decades. And yes, they may not sell out their stadium, but that doesn't make a difference to them. That that is not. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's literally because I was, as soon as I came onto this and set this up, the fantasy football was there in my eyes, and I'm like, I can't get away from it. But yeah, if you want to tune in, Rebel did a fantasy show last night. You'll see it in the on our channel videos last night. Yeah. Also, give it a like and subscribe if you like the content and my ramblings. I do apologise. I have social anxiety, so I struggle talking. But I felt that I needed to come on here and talk about this situation. We're all discussing it behind the scenes, that it needs to be talked about. It does, and for me, it needs to happen quick, because Sir Jim, he is 69. At the end of the day, he is 69. He's I wouldn't say he's past it, because he's definitely not. He's a very busy businessman, loves his getting involved in stuff, but he is 69. If you don't sell within the next 2 years to Sir Jim, I think that for me, this is the best option. I can't see anyone else out there right now that will do such a great job. I honestly think Sir Jim will do an amazing job at United. And as an Arsenal fan, does that excite me? It does, actually, because United will be back. Arsenal are doing their own thing, and the wheels are turning, at least. But to see United back as well, that would be great. To have that rivalry again on the pitch. I don't have it so much with the fans, because I get on with pretty much every fan there is, because I have no animosity against other clubs. But to see those type of games again between Arsenal and United will please me. It will excite me. And for that to happen, so Jim has to, for me, buy within the next 12 to 24 months. If he doesn't do it in the next 24 months, I don't think Sir Jim's going to be trying to do this process again. The whole process of owning it at 71 is a different thing. So if he already has it by the time he's 71, I would say that's fine, because he'll have a lot of people working for him. But the whole bidding process, he will be involved in that. And as a 71-year-old, I'm not sure he'll still want to be doing that. And to be fair, I know what the bidding system's like, and I know how it is with the negotiations trying to buy a club. It is awful, to be honest. It really is. But what's Rebel saying here? Reports that Chelsea are on the verge of hiring sporting director of football. Okay, Rebel. Do we know who that is? Because I've got all the current breaking news that I can find. If Rebel can let me know, because I do have some other talking points to talk about, which is why I'm streaming to the Armory TV as well. And there you go. See, this is Matthew. The type of fan that you are is the type of fan that I am. I couldn't see, and I don't want to see in the future. There's a couple now that they own the clubs. There's nothing we can do about it. It will all unfold at some point. I guarantee that. I wouldn't want to see a bad owner coming into the EPL, because I wouldn't want to see a club being ruined by a bad owner. It's not nice to see. Yes, there's football banter within fan bases. That's great. But a football club, for me, means way more than just a fan base. It means something for the community as well. It means something for mental health for all of us. Oh, there we go. So the breaking news that Rebel has just brought up, and I do apologise, Chelsea fans, because I didn't tag you in this, because I didn't know. They're in talks with RB Salzburg's Christoph Freund, director of football. So that's interesting. I can't say. Obviously, I know the Leipzig system quite well, unfortunately. Yes. Okay, so here we go. I've found it. Thank you very much, Colm. Thank you very much, Rebel. So, Chelsea are in talks with both Red Bull Salzburg executive Christoph Freund and now this is the slightly bad news for United fans, and Paris Saint-Germain advisor Luis Campos, as they bid to fill their vacant sporting director role. So, okay, so if this is the problem, if United, the situation with United doesn't act and doesn't happen fast, you could end up losing one good owner, because I do believe Sir Jim will be brilliant for you, but also Luis Campos. Yes, there are others out there, but we all know that Campos is pretty much like the top one. If you want anyone, it's Campos. So that's breaking news. Let's just have a quick read for this part here. Discussions with Freund, who is credited with discovering Erling Haaland, Sadio Mane, Naby Keita come ahead of tonight's Champions League's match against Austrian champions at Stamford Bridge. So the Red Bull system is amazing. We all know this. We know their scouting system is brilliant. They're kind of up. It's very much, if any Formula One fans, we all know that AlphaTauri and Red Bull are brother and sister within the F1 team, and they share their drivers. It's pretty much the same system within football as well, with Red Bull Salzburg and Leipzig, and also New York Red Bull sometimes, but not so much. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's an interesting bit here. It is understood that Chelsea could even look to secure both Freund and Campos together, as they look to transform how the club operates behind the scenes. Wow. The duo are now thought to be the frontrunners for vacant Blues role, with Todd Bowley also having spoken to ex-Liverpool director Michael Edwards, Monaco's Paul Mitchell, and Brentford technical director Lee Dykes. Bowley wants someone in place before the World Cup, which begins in November. It would relieve interim sporting director Bodley of his day-to-day duties, running the football operation alongside Clear Lake Capital investor Bedad Egbali, I think. They have taken a hands-on approach and spent a world record £270 million over the summer. So, yeah, that's pretty mad news. United fans, whatever you can do, you need to speed this process up of getting the Glazers out. That's my personal opinion. You need to speed the process up. I can't think of any. I know a lot of people that want to buy clubs all over the world, and I can't think of anyone better suited than Sir Jim for United. I honestly do think he's going to be magical. But let me know your thoughts. You know, if you think, I know Matthew and most of you think he'll be great. Just want the Glazers out, to be honest. Colm has a contract clause that allows him to work with other clubs. His current position at PSG is non-exclusive. Okay. So that's yeah. See, this is what if Chelsea do this, and they obviously want it done by November, and quite clearly they want it done because Todd, you know, he is currently a hands-on owner, which is quite rare. They normally hire the people they need to do for the football business side of it, and then just sit back and enjoy. So yeah, I hope that United can sort this situation out quickly. Personally, I think they need to. I really do. It has to be quick, has to be prompt. It has to be the right bid without upsetting the Glazers as well, because you have this possibility of going in too low and the Glazers just shutting up shop, to be honest, and going, nope, no thank you. We're not going to even entertain any new bids. But you need to. You need to you just need to. You need new owners. There is no and ah about this now. And Sir Jim would be perfect, and I would suggest that you try and get him within the next 12 to 24 months. I really would. Right, so that is Man United. Unless there's any other breaking news whilst I'm literally talking on air, there is Arsenal news. Now, the quick one is the postponed game between Arsenal and PSV has been given a date of the 20th of October. That is because the game with Manchester City that was meant to be the 19th of October has also been postponed. So basically, and I know a little bit more about this than the press, is Arsenal have approached Manchester City, asked them very nicely, can we postpone this game due to this reason? And they have gone, yes, that is absolutely fine. So there is no new date for the Manchester City Arsenal fixture. However, it also means that there is a fixture for the Arsenal versus PSV, which means we can't, because there was talk about us having to forfeit it if we didn't play it by a certain time. So yeah, we don't have to forfeit it. Sorry, there's a lovely friend of mine called Munzi who sidetracks me every time. Big up to Munzi. Hope you're doing well, mate. Breaking Arsenal news. They still Thank you ever so much, Munzi, for your wonderful information. So yeah, that's the Arsenal PSV news. It's good news for all Arsenal fans that one, we won't have to forfeit that game. Well done to Man City, because without them, we wouldn't have had to do anything about that, to be honest. Now, the last bit of breaking news on Arsenal was reported yesterday by Graham Bailey of 90 Min. So, according to 90 Min, Arsenal are pushing hard to tie Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and William Saliba down to new long-term deals. The talented trio are out of contract in 2024. All three of them are obviously they're in their last 2 years of their deal, which is the new system that Arsenal do not want to get into, where we've got players that are in their last year of contracts. So we try and tie them down in the last 2 years, or we sell them. I'm not going to get into all the positive stuff about Arsenal there. There's just no need. Agreeing a new contract with Saka has been on Arsenal's agenda, with the player himself revealing at the end of August that he is confident of extending his stay in North London. And sources have confirmed to 90 Min that talks are progressing well between the two parties. Real Madrid and Man City are among the sides monitoring Saka, which Arsenal and the player are aware of, but there's a growing confidence that fresh terms will be signed off before the new year. As for Saliba, last month that negotiations were underway to prolong his stay at Arsenal following a successful couple of seasons on loan in his native France, a stay that saw him crowned League One Young Player of the Year for 2021-22. The 21-year-old was tipped to leave the club on loan again this summer, but he has, honestly, that's absolute rubbish. I don't even know why I even read that bit of the story, because I know that's absolute rubbish. But has instead flourished as a first-team regular under Arteta, pushing £50 million Ben White into an unfamiliar right-back role in the process to reinforce his status as one of Europe's finest young defensive prospects. Let's just check the comments, because obviously I'm going to go reread the comments. Right, I'm going to go back to some comments here. Right, why didn't they just switch it to Holland? Yes, very true. I don't know that myself. What's your takes on the Kroenkes all week? I'll get back to that one in a minute, Matt. I'm here all week. Can we postpone our game against City so there's more chance of that game? Colm, as much as we'd all love that, yeah. But yeah, I will be coming back to these comments in a minute. I just wanted to make sure there's no breaking news comments, to be honest. Let's just finish Martinelli. Martinelli's current deal, meanwhile, does contain an option to extend, but Arsenal are keen to reward the Brazilian with improved terms. Oh, that panics me. I already know he's on 90,000 a week. For the progress he has showed under Arteta, who is anxious for all three deals to be concluded as quickly as possible. Sources have confirmed to 90 Min that Director of Football believes all three deals are on the right track, with the Gunners hopeful that all three will have put pen to paper by January. I don't totally believe all of that. I believe that one is going to be fairly easy. One is a little bit tricky. One has a little bit of a sticking point. That's my take on what the situation is at Arsenal with the new players. Matthew saying, Saka to Man United, here we go. No, I am definitely not Fabrizio Romano. We love letting our players get into the last one. Yeah. Well, this is what I want for United. I want you to. I'm not saying Arsenal are perfect. Just I'm not. Arsenal are far from perfect, but I do believe that all clubs, if they want to do a very good, sensible financial setup, is don't let any of your players get into their last year of their contracts. Honestly, it's crazy. My take in Arteta and Kroenke is they both suck. Thank you, Monzi, for that one. Love talking to you. I do love that comment by Cole. It is worth a try, but And what's my take on Kroenke on Arteta? Okay, my take on Arteta is I don't care who the manager is. I support Arsenal Football Club. Do I think he's got the ability to take us to where I want us to go? No. Do I still think he's got learning things he needs to learn still? Yes. Do I get annoyed that Arsenal fan base treat him like a god? Yes. I believe he's talented, but I do think he has a ceiling of how far he can go, only because of information I do know about Arteta. And if you have that mindset, you have a limit to how far you can go as a manager for me. As for the Kroenkes, don't like Stan. I've put that on record many, many times. I do not like Stan Kroenke. I don't like the fact that his solicitor is on the board of directors at Arsenal Football Club. I don't like the fact that we've got Lord of Peckham, who's on the Arsenal board of directors that has no football knowledge whatsoever. But I do like Josh. I think Josh is very passionate about football, loves his football. And yeah, I if Josh owned KSC, I would be more happy. But at the end of the day, Josh has to go to his dad for any financials. I do believe we had more money to spend in the last summer. I think the actual issue of us not signing people were more down to Edu and Arteta. So yeah, as far as I know, there is no more breaking news as we are live right now. So just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Stroke the like button, stroke the subscribe button if you're new. Hope you enjoy the content that we try and bring out as quick as we possibly can. There are some issues like with us all working or meetings or whatever. You know, we try and bring you breaking news as quick as I possibly can. However, Colm has just said something to me here. Let's have a look. What it's going to take for Arsenal fans to get behind it. Oh, okay. He just needs to... honestly, for me, the only thing that I would be happy with Arteta is he needs to understand that players have egos. I know a little bit more about Arteta than most will, because I work within the football environment and stuff. There is some truth in what Bernard Leno said. There is some truth in what Aubameyang has come out with, Lacazette has come out with, Guendouzi's come out with, Tavares has come out with. There is some truth behind what they are saying. And you just need to dig a little bit deeper and you'll work out what it is. And you kind of... I think if you can deal with players with egos, you've got a chance of going a long way. If you can't, I think you've got a limit, especially the Premier League. Not so much in other leagues, but the Premier League, you're going to have people with egos. They get paid an absolute fortune here. What would it take for us to all to love him? Yeah, obviously, if he won the Premier League with us and won multiple trophies, yeah, everyone would love him. But Colm. So Colm saying, breaking news, FTSN to buy United. Arsenal so both teams can continue on their trophy this season. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. But I was going to big up all our shows that we've got coming this week. What day are we on today? Wednesday. There is the Mullet Show is tonight. Not sure what time, to be honest. It's either 7:30 or 8. I'm sure Colin will let you know what time it actually is. Tomorrow, I'm doing a Thursday football update score show covering all the Europa League and Europa Conference League, only because Arsenal were meant to be playing, got postponed. And I thought I'll just carry on watching the games anyway. Friday night, it's me again, Arsenal versus Brighton, WSL kickoff. That starts at 7:20. And then on Saturday, me again. 5:10, I think I start for a 5:30 kickoff between Tottenham and Leicester City. And then on Sunday, our wonderful Canadian Moss will be doing a Red Zone. You'll probably see me because due to the fact I actually quite enjoy Red Zone, I actually get to just enjoy a game. Well, games and highlights and stuff. It's actually really fun to watch. So that'll be on Sunday at 5:55. Yes, Red Zone is definitely. I know it's already set up. Red Zone is set up. It's. I've checked it, triple checked it. It's definitely set up this weekend. I do apologise for anyone that tuned in last Sunday on FTSN to watch it. Technical problem that I probably did myself, but I've double checked it, triple checked it this time. It's definitely going to work. Come on, Leicester City. It wouldn't shock me if there's like 10-1 for Leicester to win it this weekend. I'll tell you, because the way Leicester are playing at the moment, I can't see them ever getting a win. And to be honest, that might be some breaking news probably coming up next week, I'm guessing. But we'll wait and see on that one. But big up to everyone that's tuned in. I did say I was finishing. I am now. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. And for right now, I'm out of here. So take care, everyone, and speak to you all very soon.